A couple months ago, the Howard Community College board was shown this web page, I think, and all these projects right here. I don't know which one they clicked on or what exactly they did, but let's say they clicked on helicopter, and they scrolled down, they clicked on Howard Community College, the fall, 550. There's the students. This is some of the work that they did. And the reaction of the board was, this information should be on HEC's website. This just makes me laugh. Would the board be looking at this information if it was inside a Canvas? Would they be looking at this information if it was on the G drive? How does information get into the Howard Community College webpage? Yeah, I want it there. We're talking about marketing internally here, not just marketing externally. This is working. I wanted to start talking about wikiversity in terms of community college best practice. I once went to hear President Duncan talk about a vision of community colleges where every meeting, maybe outside of religion and politics, happened at Howard Community College. Every physical meeting between people. And any excuse we could get to have community members meet together at the community college was going to strengthen the community college. So the classes here at the community college then become invitations to community. They introduce you to a community that you can participate all your life in. Canvas doesn't promote that. If you sign up for a Howard Community College course that has an online component or a hybrid component to it, you see this list of courses, but they disappear after you're done with the class, after you get your grade. In a wikiversity environment, the class continues forever and ever. And you can, as a student, become a teacher or become an editor. You can get yourself involved in it in any way you want to. The other interesting possibility that I'm trying to visualize is program assessment. How can I get engineers out there in the community to assess the engineering projects here at Howard Community College? This way I can have engineers anywhere on the planet assess Howard Community College's projects, and they're doing it in front of the... Okay, so let me give you a quick background on how wikiversity works. I started off showing you this web page right here. If you go to the main page of wikiversity, you've got to scroll down, and they're really bad menuing context, you know, like the HTC buttons and the tree structure of where people are going to go. One of the most popular float to the top and the most important float to the top. That's not part of wikiversity. Clicking on learning projects, clicking on general engineering, that's how I got there. I've got about 3 of these top level menu paths to get to the projects. But if you look at how the students use it, they normally just go up here and click in, let's see, helicopter, and then they scroll down to Howard Community College, or they type in their name. Most students don't even expect a top-level menu structure. They expect a really good... Wikiversity prevents people from dumping information that's already out on the internet into a Word document and then posting it inside a Canvas as if it's their own. I mean, if they start copying information that's somebody else's work on the internet, that's going to get picked up by the Wikipedia editors, and it's going to get deleted immediately. And once you tell that to the students, they start behaving themselves. They don't start copying things at random and trying to pass it off as their own and spamming you with all this mismatched cut and paste stuff from the internet. They just stop it. I don't even have an example of it anymore. It's amazing. This is probably even more true with graphics. Here you can see some graphics this person created and uploaded and named them appropriately and integrated them into the web page. If you upload graphics that aren't your own, if you upload graphics that you don't add any information to, you get emails saying uncategorized graphic, and then it gets deleted, and then this is what results. And they don't get any credit. They have to put the energy into putting their photographs into context inside the document. It's amazing. If you've ever visited Wikipedia, you've noticed that every page has the same type of font, the same kind of layout, and students have to conform to that inside this wikiversity. So everything starts having the same kind of look and feel. They can't add their own little personal twists and their own crazy graphics, and it focuses them more on what you're interested in. Canvas is big on discussions. Wikipedia has a discussion associated with every page that you create. This is an individual's web page right here, and Here's the discussion associated with them. You can see here positive, positive, and then here one of his teammates commenting on his own individual work page went really negative. This is the most negative thing that happened last semester. I told him basically don't make a comment unless it's positive, or just say I expected this and this didn't happen. What's going on? That kind of stuff. And you can see it went back to positive after I commented on it. But this is the kind of dialogue that you get inside of a public entity. Inside a Canvas, it can get really snippy and really ugly and really quick. It forces better behavior when it's done in public. Students get to make their own user ID name. They get to make their own team name. And if they don't do that appropriately or respectfully, then what happens is the wiki editors come along and delete it. Here's an example where the team created a name called Man Bear Pig, had no relationship to the project, and it was just deleted by this wikiversity editor named ABD. This is a question about that deletion that I asked him because this is the first time I ever saw it, and this is going on in my user talk page. Wikiversity really does get students to behave more maturely. Canvas creates sort of a barrier where students can play and goof around. Within Wikiversity, you can really say with absolute reality that they now have the opportunity to start behaving in a way that generates respect. Wikimedia has organized all the information in the world. And it's more important for us to teach that organization to our students than it is to chop information up into assignments and modules, that kind of stuff. One of the major educational flaws that I see happening is this emphasis on original work. What we need to begin doing is emphasize polishing collective work. And this is what Wikimedia specializes in. You can see this best in Wikibooks. Now I have a traditional textbook I've written in Wikibooks. You click here on engineering, you click on general engineering, you scroll down here and click on general engineering introduction, and this is the book I've written. To show you this best, click here on communication. Now this is all stuff I've written, where it says general introduction / communication. That's stuff I've written. This is my table of contents. And if we scroll down here and click on scope management, you can see I've got a link here to what is the definition of scope, and it jumps out of my book into somebody else's book, and not only into somebody else's book, but into a very small, this is the third layer down in that book. See the slashes right here. So I'm actually reusing other people's work, and the minute you start doing that, your book becomes much, much richer. So what I have to do is I have to say to the students, okay, now look, here's what I'm holding you accountable to. I want you to read this communication section, and everything I've got a link to I want you to read. But I don't want you to keep reading, go one click down and then go back. That's what I'm asking them to do. Another major point about reuse is that with your students, you don't have to get stuck on the bottom layer of Bloom's taxonomy. You can, because you're not starting from scratch, you can spend more time in synthesis and comprehension objectives, which is all of our goals.